All right, in this video, we're going to talk about mission planning. So one of the things that we added to the 64 mod was the ability to put points in pre-mission planning in the mission editor um, before you actually go to the aircraft and go fly. So to do that, we're going to go over here to Systems, Logic Entities, AH-64DMS, and we're going to expand that out. And what we're going to see is that we have control measures, target threats, and waypoint hazards. The aircraft is capable of having 50 control measures, which are labeled or numbered from 51 to 99, 50 targets or threats, which are numbered 1 through 50, and 50 waypoint or hazards, which are labeled 1 through 50 as well. All right. So to drop these, I'm just going to go to the map here. And let's say I want to mark home base here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a control measure, and we'll just drop it right here at the center of the airfield. We're going to double click on it. This is still kind of work in progress, but it does work. I'm going to select point index, and since control measures start at 51, I'm going to type in 51. Now, generally, for Apaches the world over, control measure 51 is always your home base. Control measure 52 is going to be your primary FARP. Control measure 53 will be your secondary FARP or alternate recovery location, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to make this an airport lighted. And then one of the cool things about this particular control measure, and not all control measures have this, but this control measure does, is this point free text. So I'm allowed to put 3 characters in here. Since this is Stratus Air Base, I'm just going to put in STR, and I'm going to click OK. And then let's see, let's find some other place here. Camp Rogaine. So we'll go, we'll make that a control measure as well. And we'll put that right there. We'll double click on it again. Let's say that this is a FARP. So this FARP here, Foxtrot Charlie, is a FARP with fuel and ammo. This is going to be control measure 52. And then this is going to be, we'll just call it ROG, R-O-G, and that'll put a point right there. There's a firing range over here. Not that I would necessarily want to shoot the Apache's gun there, but, you know, whatever. We'll take and grab target threat, and we'll drop that right there. Double click that. We'll make the point index 1. We'll keep it a generic target, just TG. Now, you can put a 3-character identifier in here, or 3 characters, but it will not display on the TSD page, and I'll show you that when we do the cold start video. So we'll just put a target right there. For now, you do kind of have to remember what points you've used and stuff like that, but we're working on making that better. Let's see. If I wanted to build a little route, then what I could do is I could then grab the waypoints, and I could go right here. We'll double click on that. It'll be point index 1. Again, this type of waypoint will not show the 3 letters, so I'm just not even going to deal with that there. But I am going to change this to a start point, and then I'm going to go add another waypoint here. Open that up. Waypoint 2, we'll keep it a waypoint. We'll go DMS, add another waypoint, double click, so that's going to be waypoint 3. And then let's say I want to go out over here before I come in to make an attack run on the Camino firing range. So I don't know, that looks like it's relatively in line. Actually, no, I'm just going to go right here. Oops. Going to go right here, add that. This will be waypoint 4, and I'm going to make this a release point and put that right there. So that's how we add our points to our TSD. So we can do all of this stuff in the pre-mission. So what I would recommend is if I'm the mission maker or whatever, I would take and put in the major points that I want the crews to interact with. So I would have an airfield, you know, home base. I would have a FARP or whatever else. You know, if you wanted to add towers and other hazards, so I don't know, let's say that this right here is a tower, or you know, so we can drop that there. I can go tower under and then that'll be waypoint 5, and then I can go over here, and I don't know, we'll say that this is also a hazard. I don't know why I keep doing that now. And we'll do this right here. Double click. It's going to be 6, and it's going to be tower under, or we'll make it a tower over because why not? Just so we can see the different points, and we'll add that there. So now we have created our base load for our air crews to interact with and use. Click save. And that is the end of the video. Have a good one.